The inverted spin was the weirdest maneuver I've ever learned.
Remember, this is going to feel weird. Your body and your primary training is going to tell you this is all wrong.
Yep.
Just fight it and just do the best you can.
Just listen to your body during the flight. If you need to kind of tap out, take a break.
Cool.
No problem.
But we started with regular accelerated spins.
There's half. 1, half. Oh yeah, holy shit.
Okay, recover.
Oh my god.
Stick forward. Yep, neutral stick, full power, pull out.
Well, yeah, that was intense. And you do that upside down.
Which is what we're about to do.
Steve, welcome here. Harv's there in St. Andrews, Manitoba. We're going to be flying a Pitts S-2B for the next several days. How you feeling about that?
I'm ready to go upside down and backwards.
Yeah.
We're here for a weekend of training. Osama's doing his multi-engine rating, and Mehran is starting his tail wheel. But I'm here for advanced aerobatics and to learn how to land this thing.
Well, do you want to do a short little warm-up before we get right into the spins?
Yeah, sure.
Why don't you try, just to get your feet warmed up, try some knife edge flying. So do a left roll to 90 degrees of bank and then use top rudder to hold the nose up. There you go, and roll out.
Oh. Floppy exit. Let me try that again.
Sure. And roll out.
A little bit better. Still kind of wobbly at the end there.
Entry's pretty good though.
I'm pretty comfortable putting you right into the back seat of the Pitts right from the get-go. You're comfortable with that?
I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah, awesome.
I'd worked hard to get here.
We'll get you in there. I'll show you where everything is, where all the critical switches are. A lot of the stuff I don't have up front. You have all the important stuff.
Yeah.
So a little bit of trust going on.
And it was cool that Luke trusted me in the pilot and command seat. I had to apply everything I knew about tailwheel flying to control this thing. So I spent the last couple days getting oriented with this cockpit. It's tight in here, there's nowhere to put anything, and as you can see, it goes right down to the floor. A pen or something could end up in the tail, it could jam the elevator, and it's just a complete safety issue, so nothing can be loose in here. I'm just testing out my knee board. I've got my iPad mini with ForeFlight on there. I didn't fly with my knee board at all this weekend because we were just doing local training. I didn't want any possibility of anything loose. It's pretty cool, it fits nicely. Stick is full movement, no problem. And this is how Luke ferries this airplane. And I did a pretty good job handling everything back there on the first couple flights. It's a good flight.
Really good flight. He's landing pretty much on his own.
But this one was dealing with some pretty intense aerobatics, and I made a pretty serious mistake regarding system management that Luke was not able to catch from the front seat. Luckily I noticed and fixed it before it became critical. Mehran and Osama also had to face some challenges.
Learning to fly a six-pack airplane again after 2,000 hours of glass and learning to land a new plane.
It was fun to be able to compare notes between flights because we were all flying at the same time. Mehran learned that flying tailwheel is basically like starting over.
Let's get close to the runway, keep it straight, yeah.
It's taking a bit longer than I thought it would to get used to the tail wheel, but we're getting there.
And I was equally humbled by my time in this machine.
You ready for some spins?
Yep.
Good, we'll start simple. We'll do the upright unaccelerated spin.
Yep.
And we'll do the 3 turns.
What I thought we'd do to get warmed up, we'll do some upright spins to start. You ever done an accelerated spin? Okay, that's what I want to get you doing.
Okay.
So tell me how you do this a regular spin.
So I guess it's gonna be like full stall and then kick the rudder whichever way,
Yeah.
usually left,
Yeah.
and then hold it all in
Yeah.
until you say recover.
We're going to lose a fair bit of altitude doing this.
I usually say,
One rotation, recover?
let's do like 3.
Okay. So
Yeah.
we'll pre-brief it so I'll count 3 and then recover?
Yeah.
Okay.
So every half rotation, count that out. So for instance, if we're starting on north, you're spinning to the left, as soon as you're going through south, say half.
Okay.
And as you're coming back around to north, 1. So half, 1, half, 2, and so on.
Okay.
Secretary Traffic, Pitts Delta Romeo Yankees, working between Bose Aviation and Tyndall Garrison, 5,000 below aerobatics. Let's go south. We don't want to get into Osama's area there. He's working a little bit more east of us.
With most of his recent experience being IFR in the flight levels.
Let's try a steep turn when you're ready. I always think I'm on an acting stage with the examiner. I always make sure they see me looking.
One of Osama's biggest challenges was remembering to do his lookouts before his VFR maneuvers.
Okay, I'm ready when you are.
Okay, so power's gone back and I'm gonna stall it.
Yep. And a little bit of left rudder as you power back.
So as soon as you feel the buffeting, then full rudder, full back. Because what we want to have happen is the airplane to pitch, yaw, and roll all at the same time. If that happens, you know you did it right.
There we go.
Okay, just let it build. That's half, one,
Half, 2, half,
recover.
3.
Recover.
Yeah, that was sloppy.
Opposite rudder first, because if you look back here, if you have full elevator and you have full rudder in, you can see that this is the only part of the rudder that's effective. So if you do this first, you're actually reducing the effective area of the rudder. So boot it over first, opposite, and then you'll feel the rotation decaying right away, and then you can break the stall and then recover. You can actually recover a little faster that way.
Another thing that I brought with me from my primary training was not to add power in a dive.
Full power, full power. I'm having a really hard time telling my brain to go full power, like vertical like that.
What I would do is as soon as I recovered, I'd go full power.
Yeah, so just slam it? Slam it. God, it's so weird. It's so counterintuitive.
You're rotating, you recover. You're going to be in this attitude, full power, pull out wings level, positive G to the
So
nearest.
full power is when you're like that?
Yeah.
See, that is not part of my instincts
Yeah.
based on fixed pitch prop, right?
Yeah.
'Cause in a Cessna or whatever, you would not do that.
Remember, this plane needs power. If you don't add power, you're going to be in this kind of a descent profile, coming down like the Apollo capsule.
So the power just kind of pulls you.
Yeah,
right.
accelerates you out of that. So yeah, add full power. Remember, you got a constant speed prop, so you're not going to overspeed anything.
So this time we'll do a similar thing, but just to get a better sense of the recovery time, I want you to try to stop on 3 turns.
Okay.
So you're going to have to lead by about 90 degrees.
Okay, so kind of like right after I say half, I'll stop.
Yeah. Yeah, like the 2.5.
Okay.
And left rudder as you reduce the power.
Okay.
Keep your wings level, your banks.
Okay, here we go. Half, 1, half, 2, half.
Full power. Full. There you go, buddy.
Okay, yeah.
See, look how much less altitude we lost.
Totally. I think my recovery was also better.
It was, yeah. I cleaned it up.
So I probably led my recovery a little bit, but I think we kind of recovered on heading, didn't we?
Pretty close.
A little bit, like the heading was about like that.
Yeah.
So maybe 20 degrees off?
Yep. Not too bad.
So in a show, you got to do that on heading?
100% on heading, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Right, so you kind of got a feel of that.
Totally, yeah.
So now we're going to add the acceleration to the mix.
In a previous episode, I rode along for Luke's competitive routine as a reward for getting through my training. And his reward for this weekend was getting to ride along with Osama in the TBM.
Flight level 300, X-ray India. Oh, that feels good. I've never talked to the high-level center before.
That would be the RVSM guys now.
Yeah, right.
It was a bit of a celebratory flight for Osama as well.
Oh, that was incredible. Much thanks to Osama for a wonderful experience.
Welcome. I'm done. I've got the piece of paper. I'm a multi-engine pilot now.
And he wasted no time continuing his insane training pace and got his type rating in the Phenom 300. Watch for an episode coming soon where we fly it to the Bahamas. Anyway, back to the pits training.
And then we'll do an accelerated spin. You'll see the difference that makes. So do you know what that means?
I know what it means in theory. I think there's aileron involved.
Yeah, there's aileron involved. So do the same exact entry. So you're going to be like this, full left rudder, full up elevator.
So what you're going to do is the identical entry, except you can clean it up a bit. So try to keep your wings perfectly level right until the point of kick.
Right.
You have a tendency to drop your left wings.
Yep.
So once you've done a turn and a half, I want you to bring your stick to the right and forward a little bit.
You're going to notice right away that the spin is going to get a whole lot faster. We'll maintain that for about 2 rotations and then you'll recover.
You just tell me when to recover, okay?
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, so I'm going to keep my wings level this time.
Yep.
It'll take a little longer to recover this time. The nose might come a little bit higher, might be a little flatter.
Here we go. So half, 1, half.
Okay, well, I'll just help you there.
So you know what I did? I started rudder, didn't I?
You did, yeah.
I went to recover.
We'll just take that right into a climb and try again. everyone does that. Like the left foot has to stay in, but then the stick needs to do the opposite.
Really what it was my brain just said spin recovery, go.
Yeah.
It was like autopilot.
Yeah, exactly. Which is good. You have good foundational training.
Yeah, so left foot's going to stay in. I'm going to go right aileron and push forward a little bit.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. There's half. One. Half. Oh yeah, holy shit.
Okay, recover.
Oh my god.
Stick forward, stick forward. Yep, neutral
power.
stick, full power, pull out. Full power. Full power. Don't be shy.
I know, I'm shy with the throttle. It's so hard to want to slam it. Holy shit, did that ever accelerate?
Yeah, man.
Wow, I did at least that part right.
You did, yeah.
Recovery kind of sucked, but...
Yeah, no, you accelerated just right.
Wow, yeah.
Cool, good job, man.
That's intense.
What do you think your airspeed was when you were in that accelerated spin?
I have no idea, I didn't look, it felt fast.
But if you had to guess, what do you think your airspeed was?
Over 100.
It was actually 0.
0.
Yeah, you'll see that in the footage later.
Wow.
Yeah, because of the extremely high angle of attack, you have no speed.
That's bonkers.
It is, yep.
Well, yeah, that was intense. And then you do that upside down.
Which is what we're about to do.
So once we've done that, we can take those principles to the inverted spin.
Good God.
It's going to be awesome, Steve.
So let's review it. So we're going to be upside down. I'm going to be kicking right rudder to enter it.
Yep. And this one is just a simple unaccelerated spin. So just like the first spin you did, except backwards.
So we're going to be upside down, we're going to feel the buffet, we're going to go right foot, it's going to fall over that way. Yeah.
So this is the part where you're going to feel like, I don't like this.
But keep holding it.
Keep pushing the stick full forward. And then you're going to be in this attitude,
Yeah.
about 60 degrees nose down. And you'll be fully developed. Just everything will be the same aerodynamically as an upright spin.
And then recovery is going to be left rudder. Yep. Because I'm holding in right rudder.
Yeah, and then it's just stick to neutral. That's all you're going to do.
And I'm going to recover pulling out to be level.
Yeah, you'll be positive G on the pull.
And then recovery is actually easier than an upright spin because you actually have more tail surface exposed. So as soon as you go opposite rudder and neutralize the stick, you're out.
Practice area traffic, Delta Romeo Yankees, north of Tyndall Garrison, Aerobatics, 5,000 below on a north and south line.
Alright, so we'll just line up with these roads?
Yep. Remember, this is going to feel weird. Your body and your primary training is going to tell you this is all wrong.
Yep.
Just fight it and just
Okay,
do the best you can.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
It'll feel weird. You're gonna feel like, oh, I don't want to do this, but just keep that stick forward.
And then just standard spin entry, but with forward stick. Was that too soon? Full forward. Yeah, that's as far as I can reach. Hold it. Holy shit. Hold it. Are you kidding me? Hold it. Recover. Neutral stick. Full power. Pull out. Beautiful. Pull it right out. Beautiful job, Steve.
Wow, yeah, that was super weird, man.
Well done.
I think I was actually doing what I thought I was doing. Did I talk through it and do it, or did you have to coach me?
You did most of it, though. I didn't really say too much.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think I was on board. Nothing was instinctive.
Right.
But, yeah. Cool.
All right, do you have stomach for one more thing?
Yeah.
I'll take control here.
Do you have it?
Yeah. So I'll show you something that I think they used to do in competition, but they don't do anymore. It's called a spin crossover. We're going to build on what you just did. You did that nice inverted spin. What we're going to do is we're going to start with the inverted spin. We're going to do that for about, we'll do it about 2.5 rotations. And what I'm going to do, without ever stopping the spin, I'm going to switch it to an upright spin.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is a spin crossover. So we're going to go from inverted to upright.
Good lord. Okay.
You're strapped in?
I am strapped in.
If you want to ride along the controls, shadow me, feel what I'm doing, that's fine.
Okay.
I can't wait to continue this training with Luke, and the reason why he looks happy in that photo is because he just got an extra 300, and they had to get a new logo. And I think Osama's going to join us and fly that thing as well.
Okay, here we go. So we're going to use right kick to get in, and we'll use left rudder to reverse it. All approaching. Here we go. Let it develop, let it develop. And I'm gonna reverse it. Holy shit.
Oh, that was awesome. Wow. Alright, give me a minute to recover from that. That's the maneuver to really test someone's stomach, eh?
Yeah.
Every single direction, every single negative, positive, it all happens.
And every single axis.
Wow.
Well, why don't we go shoot some circuits? You did a great job.
Alright, thanks.
Previous episodes cover landings, but stick around to see me discover my error.
I'll go Rick Victor Rich.
So it was during the pre-landing check that I realized the alternator switch was not turned on. I can't deny that I hesitated to admit it to Luke.
Never had the alternator turned on, that's brutal. Oh, I missed that.
Oh, shoot.
So how much did we just kill the battery?
Probably most of it.
Okay, well, that's why we do downwind checks. Okay, I'm secure, you're secure?
Yep.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
So I hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks again to sponsors and Patreon supporters for helping us create this content. We'll definitely be back to fly with Luke again. And please visit flightshops.com for the back catalog and lots of other episodes. And as always, keep your flight chops sharp.
The height of where you sit is drastically different. So the first couple landings I was flailing way too high, but I got the hang of it now. Hopefully I can land the TDM again after this.